or not. Welcome, everybody, to the Speedway Review. I am your host, Marty Snyder. I'm just kidding. My name is Chris Burns. With me, as always, Stat Boy Corey Huffnagel and
What up?
the best chef south of the Mason-Dixon line, Tori Calhoun. And it is an interesting day for me, even though we saw this coming, guys.
Yeah.
We all contemplated it over the winter. The announcement was made late last week. The man, the myth, the legend, Kevin Harvick retiring from full-time competition at the end of this season. And yeah, you know what? I'm reliving 2005 all over again with Rusty retiring.
Right.
But much like when Rusty retired, Harvick was right there. I already knew he was going to be the guy. I already have the guy picked out going forward, and we'll cover that in the weeks and months to come. Even though if you were watching, you'd know who I was picking.
Yes.
So, what can you say? I know what I can say, and I did a little research during the day. Try this crazy stat on for size.
All right.
Since 1949, when NASCAR began, 3,274 drivers have run at least one Cup race.
Mm.
Of those 3,274 drivers, only 203 have at least one win on the Cup Series.
Oh, wow.
Kevin Harvick has 60. 34 drivers since 1949. Of those 3,274, this is a measure of 1%, have won a championship. This makes this guy a first ballot Hall of Famer, no matter how you look at it, no matter what metric you use. I don't care if you like the guy, if you don't like the guy. This guy is first ballot Hall of Famer. 60 Cup wins and a championship, 47 Xfinity Series wins and 2 championships, 14 truck wins. The list goes on and on. 2007 Daytona 500 champion. He's won just about every race you can put in front of him, and now he's got one more season left to go to pad these stats. Corey, tell me, brother, Stat Boy Jones, what do you think of all this?
Well, I mean, let's remember, the reason how Kevin Harvick got into the Cup Series was, right after Dale Earnhardt died, Richard Childress, wanted him in the car, and of course he put him in the car. And not to mention, the fact that he ran a full Xfinity Series season in 2001 and a full Cup Series season. I mean, by God, not only that was him, saying like, oh, I can pretty much run both Cup and Xfinity, but then you had other Cup drivers, doing it also as well. But I think if you look at Kevin Harvick's career, like, when he first came into NASCAR, like, let's be honest. I mean, he was kind of like, Tony Stewart with that bad boy image and, like getting into fights and, like spinning people out and whatever you name it and so forth. But going out through the years and kind of like what Kurt Busch did, he basically matured. He got married, well, back in 2001, has 2 kids. And of course, we all know that saying, Father Time, is undefeated and always going to win and so forth. But you look at Kevin Harvick's stats as a whole. I mean, just think about it. I mean, I pretty much agree with what you said. He's definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer without question. I mean, come on. He won 2 Xfinity championships, a Cup championship, a Daytona 500. I mean, you can't really complain about that at all. I mean, what he did with Richard Childress and with Stewart-Haas Racing, I mean, this guy, and of course everybody calls him the closer because, there's been races where, you don't really see him like most of the race, but then he's right there at the end and so forth. And also, let's not forget, he did own his Truck Series and Xfinity team from 2005-ish, 2004, all the way till they closed up shop in 2011 and so forth. But it's sad that Kevin Harvick is leaving at the end of this year, but I will say that he had a stellar year, and not to mention, 2001 was also a good year as well, which of course, he did win that photo finish with Jeff Gordon and everything else and so forth. My Kevin Harvick memory that I have was, I remember when I was at the Cup race in New Hampshire in 2006, and he won that race from the pole, and that was when he was driving the 29 Reese's car, and I think he led like probably 196 out of 301 laps or whatever it was that day. But But yeah,
what word did you just use?
Reese's.
Reese's, exactly. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you remember that orange 29 car with like the Reese's peanut butter cup on that front hood, that was probably one of my favorite paint schemes. But
Yes.
other than that, 2014, I could definitely remember that season as well, which of course he won the championship in his first year with Stewart Haas Racing and so forth. But yeah, it's sad to see him go, but I will say that he had a really good career and had a stellar career, not only on the Cup side, but also on the Xfinity side as well.
Right. I agree with all that. Tori?
What can you say, people? What can you say? What up, Taylor? Say hey to the peoples. What can you say, man? Like you said, brother, with those awesome stats, Mr. Burns. How many people can say they won a race? Let
Two,
alone five. Hold on. Let alone
203.
five. Let alone five. Hold on.
Ooh, I'm gonna look that up.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 60 wins. 60 wins, ladies and gentlemen. Man, go fuck yourself. 60 wins. What can you do or say about that except, like you said, first ballot Hall of Famer. He's done it all. He's seen it all. I'm gonna tell you right now, he wanted to retire last year, but he just said, you know what? Let me just go one more time for the love of the sport. For the love of the sport. So whatever he does, go ahead, bro. Go.
No, I was gonna say you're right. He could have, he wanted to, he could have, but I think in the back of his mind, and not for nothing, at the end of 2021, he could have hung it up and nobody would have had a bad thing to say. I'm pretty sure in the back of his mind, he said, I don't want to go out like this on a winless season. I want to go out and show that I can still do this. Another interesting stat that I don't even have to look up: the only driver in 2022 to have a back-to-back victory.
Now that is awesome.
When you consider,
that is true. That is true, because remember we were marking out that, like, what was it, like 16 weeks? It was a
like
different winner.
Yep.
But yeah, whatever he does though, Chris, he's gonna excel at it, man. Just enjoy your retirement, brother. You earned it.
Absolutely. I mean, his kids are still young, so he can still, enjoy their younger years. He's a guy like me. He didn't become a father until like a really older age when you consider when most people start having children. I was 35 when Emma was born. His kids are like what, 10 and 5. So yeah, he's another guy about to turn 47, or I'm sorry, just turned 47. So he had kids later in life himself. He's still young enough to get out there and do the kind of stuff he wants to do and needs to do. He's provided his family with more money than they'll ever need. He's got a great business sense. He could easily reopen KHI and start doing races again. He could do the SRX circuit full time, all 7 weeks of it next year, the year after, whatever. Whatever he chooses to do, he's going to find a way to be good at it.
Right.
Now, you had mentioned favorite memories, and you were just talking about the 2014 season. 3 come to mind for me, and I'm sure I have more, but that first Cup win in Atlanta, 5 races into his career. Another interesting stat: he's one of only 4 drivers that won in their first 10 races. Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Meeting him that summer in Darlington, just to find out he's just a really good guy, a really class act. And I've met him a couple times over the years. Of course, 2007 Daytona was an amazing finish to an amazing race. And obviously the championship run. But one of my favorites was the 2020 season. COVID is wrecking everything. And he comes right out of the box. No practice, no qualifying, no problem. And picked off 9 wins that year. That, my friends, is incredible.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you're in hypothetical question, we can start with whoever wants to answer it first, whether it's Tori or Statboy. If you're Kevin Harvick, what do you do next?
Honestly, like I'd probably say for me, I would probably just explore like, whatever opportunities, hits me and stuff. Because I did hear a rumor that he's going to go to the Fox booth in 2024, and I think he'd be really good at commentating. No question about it. I mean, excuse me. I think we've seen him, comment, during the Xfinity races, during the drivers only, telecast. I thought that was pretty good as well. Or he's probably going to go down the Jimmy Johnson route. He's basically going to retire from full-time racing, but he'll probably do some part-time on the side, which of course, he's going to be running the SRX races, this year I think it's at like Berlin and Stafford.
Yep, Berlin, Michigan, and Stafford, Connecticut. Yes,
which we're going to be going to in July, and I can't wait.
You know what? As much as I say I'm on the fence about Stafford, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go. But it's a Thursday night. But it's New Hampshire weekend, so I've got the weekend off.
Well, what I'm planning on doing is I'm probably going to take maybe like a week and a half, 2 weeks off. So I'm going to go from the Thursday of SRX to the Saturday, to the weekend after New Hampshire. So because of course I'm going up to Thunder Road that week as well, which
that's the next week, isn't it?
Yes, the week after Stafford, and again, I will admit I've never been to Thunder Road before, and that's going to be my first time going up there.
Good luck getting out of there.
Yeah,
2-lane country ass road,
really,
in the middle of Barry, Vermont. Good luck with that.
Okay, yeah,
it's hard enough for me to drive when I go up to see my kid.
Right. Well, what I'm actually planning on doing is I'm actually going to get a hotel up there and just spend the night and then just leave the next day. So
I got just the spot for you. I'll give you the address or what have you.
Yeah.
When I lived there, I got a nickname about a month before I lived there. The Murder Motel.
Is that the name of it?
No, but that's what happened about a week before I moved there.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's still open. So the Murder Motel, not far from Thunder Road.
All right. Any good?
I don't know. Never stayed there.
You never stayed there?
No, I lived in Vermont. What am I going to get a motel if I live in the town?
All right.
Listen to you.
Well, all right. Well, just send me the link and I'll take a look at it like after the show.
Right. Even Tori's shaking his head. Did you ever stay there? I lived in the town.
Exactly.
That's hilarious. You guys.
I'm sure Tori's got a hotel in his.
For me.
Well, I have many, so.
Yeah. Oh my God. Y'all gonna make me die right here on screen.
Oh my goodness. Please don't die.
Thank you very much. So,
anyways,
not knowing Tori, the greatest chef south of the Mason-Dixon line, not knowing how long you've been watching racing, following racing, I know what you know now, which is some pretty good stuff. You got any memories of the man in the number 4 car? That would be you, Tori. Check me out, man.
I think his screen probably froze.
Either that or he's praying real hard.
Yeah, he probably is.
That's all right. If he prays, man. That's a good thing.
Yeah. No, that is pretty good. I respect that. I do.
I'm wondering where all of our people are, because now they're about ready to piss.
Where's the Jack man, by the way?
Oh, good luck with that. Hey, Tori's back.
Hey, you're back. And
he's gone.
And he's frozen.
Oh. So anyway, there he is.
Yeah, now he is finally. All right.
And he's frozen. All right, so while we're here, let me run down some of these particulars until we get Tori back on the there he is.
There he is again, finally.
Every time I say that, he freezes, so I'm going to shut up now.
No.
Now you're in luck.
And there it is. See? I'm the reason why we can't have nice things.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to say anything. I really can't.
What happened?
No, because every time I say something, your screen freezes. So I'll throw the question back at you. What are some of your memories of Kevin Harvick over the last 22, soon to be 23 seasons?
What is going on?
I have no idea, my man. No idea.
So is Corey like off screen, or is that a Wi-Fi effect right now?
No, I'm still here. I just had.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since I joined this show, you guys, I never faked anything, and people can say, "Are you serious, story right now?" Is I'm not gonna lie to you, but honestly, I don't have one, and if I did, it's been smoked away.
Nothing wrong
Yeah.
with that.
Nothing wrong
Just
with
being
that.
honest.
But like you said earlier, Tori, and I appreciate you saying that, and you're right. Going through those stats and you saying what you said about being a first ballot Hall of Famer, I'm going to read this list, and if this doesn't read Hall of Fame, I don't know what does. 2014 NASCAR Cup Series champion, 2020 regular season champion, 2001 and 2006 Busch Series champion, 1998 Winston West Series champion, 2002 IROC champion, 2007 Daytona 500 winner, 03, 19, and 2020 Brickyard winner, 2011 and 2013 Coke 600 winner, 2007 Nextel All-Star Challenge winner.
Right.
He's also won the All-Star race. He's the all-time wins leader at Phoenix Motor Speedway. What up, Big Herm? Let's see some of the awards that he's been given over the years. 2001 NASCAR Rookie of the Year, 2000 Busch Series Rookie of the Year, 2001 Busch Series Most Popular Driver, 2015 ESPY Award for the Best Driver. My left titty nipple has an eye on it. I can help you with that. Go see Dr. Vinny Moombatz from Beverly Hills, and he'll lop that thing right off, my man. I got you. First race ever, 2001 Duraloop 400, the week after Senior died. First win 5 weeks later at the Cracker Barrel 500 in Atlanta. His last win was in Richmond, 2022 Federated Auto Parts 400. 60 wins, 428 top tens, 31 poles. And Herm, I've seen you make left turns. Do not even try to make a joke right now. We've all almost died, but we didn't.
Oh, really?
Yes. Herm drives like a pissed off teenager with his eyes closed.
Oh my goodness.
And he uses the force.
And honestly, I gotta say, like, if somebody's in the car with Herm, one person's probably grabbing on the oh shit handle. You. Oh my Lord.
And I'm sure it's going to come up in the comments. He's probably typing it right now. The old phrase was, "Is that a telephone pole?" He'll get it.
Hey, who knows? Maybe Herm might make it into NASCAR one day. You never know.
I used to joke about it. I said, "You'd be perfect for NASCAR. Your left turns are horrendous. You're not really good at right turns either, but for speed, dude, Herm had it all." Herm had it all.
I could just see Herm like just taking somebody out intentionally and then just cause like a huge fight afterwards. Like that'd be awesome.
You should have seen him playing ESPN Speed World back in the day on the old Super No Friendo. My man would wreck his mother in a race, God rest her soul, if it meant Herm goes to victory lane.
Oh, Jesus.
That's messed up, Herm. That's messed up, Big Herm. Damn.
Yeah, that is.
And you can catch Big Herm Monday nights live on YouTube with Dysfunction Junction, Wednesday night, wherever you steal your favorite podcast from.
Which I end up catching up, by the way.
About freaking time.
Thank you.
Welcome. Yeah, see, he's right there. Wreck that fucker. He's right. And he would.
Yeah, that's true.
He'd find the best car to draft with, blaze through the competition, make the pass at the last lap, but then you find the back of the pack, the sack of assholes who are holding you up. He'd wreck all of them. He wouldn't care.
Yeah, that is true.
Speaking of wrecking people, depending on who you listen to, Kevin Harvick is either a dirty driver or he's a retaliatory driver. Which one do you put him under? Is he a dirty driver or is he a retaliatory driver?
Okay, I will say this: the few can't remember the incidents that I've seen. I would, in my opinion, I would say he's a retaliatory because like he's like old school. You don't mess with me, I won't mess with you. But that's just my opinion.
Well, I've seen him getting his fair share of incidents. The one time I really remember him trying to intentionally wreck somebody, he screwed it up, and that was Kyle Busch. Toward the end of that, was it the 2020 season, Corey?
Yeah, that was the last race before the championship 4, which of course he had to. Well, let's just say that he wrecked tried to wreck Kyle Busch for a point, and not only he wrecked Kyle Busch, but he wrecked himself, and then was out of the championship for.
Yeah. So, and like, a lot of the commentators said, Dale Jr. said on his show, if you don't know how to wreck somebody, don't wreck somebody. Because that was exactly what happened. He screwed it up. He cost himself a whole lot of money.
Right. But did you see what Harvick said like after that? He said like what was it? He said that, these are championships that Dale Earnhardt and Richard Petty used to win, and so forth, and
Oh, but the difference was, Earnhardt knew how to wreck everybody. I think Earnhardt wrecked his wife on their wedding night. Can't be certain. Yeah. Heard the rumor, but all I'm saying is Earnhardt knew how to wreck people and make it look like it was just a little incident, like Herm said, Rubbins racing. True indeed. You can go back and name a million of them. What we think is irrelevant, but it kind of is. It's relevant to the conversation, of course. I, too, think he was a retaliatory driver. I'm not going to mess with you until you mess with me. And, some of the dust-ups he's had with Rudd and Biffle and Chase Elliott, there's equal blame to be thrown out there for everybody. But then all bets are off. All bets are off.
Yeah.
I'm going to come at you like a spider monkey. I'm all hopped up on Mountain Dew, and I'm going to wreck your ass. And then boats and hose.
Why? Because I got to get me my boats and hose.
That's right. What else do we want to say about the retirement of Kevin Harvick moving forward before we start talking about SRX and other wonderful things?
Really? You guys brought up boats and hose?
Of course.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Exactly.
I know the lyrics, too.
I have no problem with that.
That's for Patreon. You want to hear me sing Boats and Hose? We'll start a Patreon, and I'll sing it for you.
Yeah.
All right. So what else? You got anything else to add before we talk about the season upcoming for Kevin Harvick? Because right now we spent a lot of time talking about the career that was. Then we'll get into what we think is going to happen with him going forward in the 2023 season.
No, I think I got everything that I said. So
all right. Tori?
I just honestly, because they've been doing it for the last few years, certain sports, that is. I wonder if there will be a farewell tour where, like, at every track, every road course, like, they would give him something to take with him until his retirement,
That's a great question. And the first thing that popped into my mind when the announcement came out is I'm going to live through this again was when Rusty Wallace retired. And like you said, every track had a little ceremony. Every track gave him a little something. And, people were all over it. Even people that didn't like, say, Rusty Wallace when he was a driver full time. And then this is his last season, the last time we're going to see him. Oh, shit, we're going to clap a little bit. Kiss did 2 farewell tours. You better get your facts right or you're going to be banned from the show.
Boy. Oh, boy.
But see, going to the Kiss route, Kiss has done 2 farewell tours. Mark Martin's had 7. But he's still Mark Martin, man. He's still Mark Martin. Mark Martin had the same retirement year as Rusty Wallace.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there are going to be people that say, well, Kevin Harvick has not had as big an influence on the sport as Rusty Wallace did. Horse shit. Yeah. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want too many people to get, hung up and what have you. At least none of them ever did NASCAR Meets the Phantom of the Park. Brother, I'll have to show you. I'll have to send you a link to a little funny NASCAR cartoon. Don't tell me they didn't do Meets the Phantom of the Park. It was silly.
Yeah.
What was it called? NASCAR Angels or something? Or was that a different show? The cartoon NASCAR show. You got to know it, Corey. You're 5.
More like I'm 6. Shut up.
All right, fair enough.
No, but no, I'm thinking about it, but I just can't piicture it out of the top of my head.
I'll find it. It was NBC Saturday mornings. I tried it once. It was terrible. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It didn't last very long because it was as good as Kiss Meets the Phantom. NASCAR Racers. Thank you, Caleb.
Yeah,
my man.
Thank you, Caleb. I like the little goatee there. I don't know if that's you in that profile picture, but that's
like
pretty
the
rad.
Mexican pimp in that picture.
Yeah, looks like a Mexican.
I've never heard of that.
Looks like a Mexican Chapo.
Look it up on YouTube if you want to have a really bad time for 21 minutes. Watch NASCAR racers.
I'll pass.
Yeah, I thought so. So will I. I tried it once. Wasn't for me. So
Okay,
this
then.
year, I know when guys switch teams or they switch manufacturers or what have you, we always say, how are they going to do this season? How are they going to do this season? Harvick goes into 2023 with the same team he's had for 10 years. Same car he had last year, coming home with 2 Cup wins. What kind of season do you think he's going to have this year? Oh, Herm comes in with 1999. No, that was Prince.
Yeah, that was. Ah.
Is that considered a trans driver?
Oh,
I'm not
geez.
sure what you're speaking of.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where he's getting at that one. Oh, wait.
I don't know. Probably the NASCAR racer's gimmick. What is a NASCAR driver?
Yeah, Chris, what is a NASCAR driver? That's what I want to know.
Wow. No matter how I answer it, somebody's going to get upset. So I'm going to shut my pie hole on this one.
What's NASCAR on Fox?
They don't have that stupid gopher anymore. So
Yeah, thank God.
oh, when they switch teams. No, that's a transfer, not a. Never mind.
Yeah, it's not.
All right, he's got the same team. He's got the same car he ran last year. He's got everything the same. It's his last season. Do you think he's going to go, we know he's going to go balls to the wall. He's Kevin freaking Harvick, for crying out loud. But do you think he's going to pocket a couple trophies this year?
I'm going to say.
Oh, he says, Tori says 5.
Tori's going to say 5. All right. I'm going to say for me, I'm going to give him probably 3, maybe 4. Probably 4 wins.
Wait, Tori's coming back in. He's good. He's going to yell at you.
Oh no, I'm not yelling. I was gonna tell Corey that's realistic, bro. But I'm just giving him that veteran push for one more. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep, I got you. And if anybody out there can name the movie that Herm just quoted, same year, same model, same color. I like my things to stay the same. You might win a prize.
He might.
That's a great movie. I don't even have to say it because he already knows.
Yeah, that is true.
My bus flipped over 17 times and I lost my James Brown tape. Same movie.
Oh, jeez.
Look, I was going to pick 4 just to be ironic, but easily he's going to come away with minimally 1 victory. I'll put 4 at the top. I think he makes a championship 16. I'd like to see him go out with with at least 1 more championship 4 final. I don't think anybody's ever retired at the top with the Cup. I'm not even going to try that. I'm not even going to say that could happen, but it could happen. We've seen, stranger things happen in the Cup Series. I am having a very bad day. He knows.
Yeah.
I'm sure Caleb's looking up all those quotes on IMDb and be like, I know the answer. I'm going to get me a prize. So, but yeah, it would be nice to see him, even if he makes the 16 drivers that run for the championship, that would be a nice ending. If he makes the round of 12, it's a better ending. The round of 8, even better. And then, as a fan, I can only wish. Is the stages gone? Not to my knowledge, Caleb.
No, the stages are not gone. They're still active.
And look, I said it since the beginning of stage racing, and I know there's people that watch this after the fact, and they come talk to me in like regular life. I can't believe you like stage racing. Well, yeah, it's kind of like what happens at every short track in America. It's a nice little breather. You can run the whole race like they used to, and it gets long, drawn out, and boring, and then people are starting to get pissed off, and they have to go to the bathroom, and they haul ass. And if you got a lot of ass, hauling ass is not your option. Just to get back to the seats for the drop of the green flag, stage racing is perfect for NASCAR. I don't know why it took so long to do it, especially when the one time, I can't remember what race it was, there was only 1 caution in the entire race. And you had about 110,000 people all wanting to go to the bathroom at the same time when the race was over.
Oh, Jesus. Only 1 caution.
Well, see, Herm's got it right. 2 trips. That's right. End of stage 1, end of stage 2. Boom. We just solved your problem, my man.
That is true. Oh, and by the way, Herm, what up? and I did catch up on Dysfunction. And hey, I gotta say I love the show, and y'all do pretty good. And I'm looking forward to when you guys bring on Jimmy Spencer.
We got to get Jim. We got to get Jimmy
Oh my
Spencer
goodness!
first.
If you guys get Jimmy Spencer, that's literally gonna. I'll literally just listen to that within like a heartbeat. That's probably gonna be my favorite episode to watch. Like,
fair enough.
Like bar none. You know, because bro, Jimmy Spencer is a character. I mean, come on. If you think about it, if you look at all the drivers today, there's nobody that's gonna be Mr. Excitement like Jimmy Spencer was. Nobody's ever gonna be the next Mr. Excitement than what Jimmy Spencer did. I mean, come on. Jimmy Spencer, he's a character. I mean, what makes you think he friggin' bitch slapped Kurt Busch in 2003?
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I wish he was still around. You know,
Jimmy Spencer? Well, he's alive, but he's not driving.
Yeah. I mean, I know he did that interview with Scene Vold podcast, and it was pretty interesting.
He did Dale Jr. Download too.
Yeah, which he and I guess you could say him and Dale Jr. Finally, put water under the bridge, I guess.
About freaking time.
Yeah, of course.
You can't look. What happens on the racetrack happens on the racetrack. There's a reason why Senior and Rusty were like the best of friends off the track, because they knew I'm out there to win. I'm out there to make the most money for me, my family, etc., so forth. I'm not out there to be your buddy. I'm trying to make that money too.
Yeah.
You got to bump somebody out of the way to win a race. That's what you do. But when the race was over and everybody got cooled down, they were in each other's motorhomes or on each other's boats, having a beer, cooking a steak, giggling their ass off.
Yeah.
Gave them a good show today, didn't we? Exactly. That's what it's all about.
Oh, yeah.
So since we touched on SRX, wow, what a day for news considering SRX. Stafford is going to feature not only Kevin Harvick, but Clint Boyer in a car for SRX. And at Berlin, Michigan, will be Kevin Harvick and two-time champion Kyle Busch. Tony Stewart is not wasting any time trying to make this series more popular, especially now with the ESPN crowd. ESPN having the races. I'm still not sold on the Thursday night races. I'm really not.
Right.
But I don't run ESPN. I don't know what they have going on Saturday. That's a programming thing for them. But let's make it clear. We had some big names last year. Ryan Newman, Haley Deegan, Greg Biffle. And now this year you have recently retired over the last couple of years, Clint Boyer. You have current active drivers like Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch. This really is becoming like this midsummer treat for race fans to, not only see some of the names you loved back then, some of the upcoming names, but like now it's like you have these active guys coming to throw these XRX, easy for me to say, SRX races down. I don't know what Tony's doing, and I don't know what kind of money he's offering them, but this is a treat for us as fans.
Right. And if you also think about it, like the last few years, like, we've seen like, a couple of NASCAR drivers come down, to the SRX series, whether if it was current or whether if it was retired. I mean, hell, you saw Bobby Labonte, race in the SRX series, along with Bill Elliott. His son, Chase Elliott, also raced in SRX. Heck, last year at Sharon Speedway in Ohio, you had both the Blaneys, that raced, Dave and Ryan. But not only you had the NASCAR drivers that came down, but you also had drivers, from different racing series that came down as well, like Paul Tracy and Ernie Francis, and then, Elio Castroneves, which, I mean, come on, the guy's literally a fan favorite, like without question and so forth. But what also made me very interested about this is that, not only you had the big stars, that came down and raced, but then you had one local guy that came in and raced with all the big stars. You had Matt Hirschman, who raced last year at Stafford, and then heck, the very first SRX race in 2021, Doug Cope ends up.
Doug Cope.
And yeah, I'll bet you there's probably one person or a couple people outside New England that'll say like, "Oh, who the heck is Doug Cope?" And
now.
Well, yeah, now, but of course, everybody in the Northeast, knows much about Doug Cope. I mean, come on, modified driver that raced like all around New England and New York without question. And another one that I also kind of think of, and the best part about it is that I hope that, if they do this on ESPN this year, I hope they do the same thing like they've done the last few years. Have the superstars come in, have one local come in, and hey, maybe add a second local driver. You never know. I mean, because with ESPN, they're probably going to be thinking of a lot of big things. And of course, the reason why they want to have this on Thursday nights is because if you remember back in the 80s, you had Thursday Night Thunder, which you had the midgets and the dirt series and other different racing series and so forth. And, some of the guys that actually came from Thursday Night Thunder, you had, guys like Kenny Irwin and Jeff Gordon and Tony Stewart and, a lot of the USAC guys, that you see like, back then, racing like either IndyCar or NASCAR or whatever it is and so forth. So my biggest question for SRX season 2 or season 3, whatever season they're on, is the racing going to be better? What are the drivers lineup going to be? And is it going to be the same like last year? And 2, how is it going to fare with ESPN? Because let's remember, ESPN now has the rights for Formula One, and they now have the rights for SRX racing. So you have 2 motorsports, that's going to be covering, this year. And hey, who knows? Maybe within the next few years, NASCAR might be calling. You never know.
Yeah, because I don't know when Fox's deal ends, but if ESPN can put on a show with the SRX, yeah, they might get the Cup Series back. You never know.
Right. I mean, I remember when Tony Stewart and Ray Evernham first announced this. I said, okay, as long as they don't advertise this too NASCAR-ish, I'm in. I'm totally sold on this. And the first 2 years, I thought, you know what, this is awesome. And I kind of picture this as like IROC, but I kind of think of it as IROC 2.0. Because not only, you have the superstars that race all around, but, you got the guys that are racing not only on the short tracks, but also on the dirt tracks as well, which, you have Knoxville and you have Eldora and, and then also Sharon Speedway in Ohio. And what's funny was, I don't know if you watched the one race. They were in Knoxville, I think like 2 years ago when Tony Stewart won the race and Michael Waltrip finished in third. And what really made me laugh was when Tony said, "Oh my goodness, if Michael Waltrip would have won this race, I would have gone to therapy."
I didn't see that.
Could you imagine if Michael Waltrip won a dirt race?
No.
That would have been like, wait, is this real life?
It was hard enough for me to believe in real life that he won 4 races in his career.
And of course,
he was career field filler.
And of course, being a 2-time Daytona 500 winner. I mean,
well, come on, Derek Cope is a Daytona 500 winner.
Right.
All right, I'm getting comments from other places, and they're not showing up on the screen. So yeah, guys, if you're gonna comment, if it says to give StreamYard your information, give StreamYard your information.
Yeah,
just
do us all a favor, please. Thank you.
Yes,
it's not asking you for money; it's giving you a name and all that stuff.
Right. Tori, did you see any of the SRX races in the last 2 years?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you're missing out, man.
I'm out to put it on the DVR, bro.
Yep.
This coming summer, you're going to have a good time.
You might see us. You never know.
You don't.
I would not doubt it. Hey, yo, I had a comment about what you guys were talking about the Thursday night NASCAR. Yeah, like you said, Corey, back in the day, that was like a place where you got to see the future of NASCAR and things of that nature. I would think that if they were to bring it back, and if they are bringing it back, why don't, since Saturdays and Sundays are pretty much predominant truck, Xfinity, and Cup, Thursday should be a night to showcase up and coming drivers who haven't made it to any of those levels yet, but they're on the up and they're scratching and clawing to get there.
Right.
But we'll see what happens though.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, it is a good question. So I mean, I think if you also kind of look at it, like, you look on the NASCAR wise, I mean, yeah, you'll have like, probably 1, maybe 2 Saturday night races like all together, and then you'll have like probably 1 like midweek race like in the truck series and whatever it is and so forth. And then of course you got the qualifying races, that's also on a Thursday night as well, which that's part of Speed Weeks. But Yeah, I mean, I think if you kind of look at it, like if you look at the schedule on paper, like, there's not a lot of primetime races on the schedule. I mean, there's only like probably 2 or 3 Saturday night races, this season. And other than that, most of the races are like Sunday afternoon, whatever. So
I think one thing they battle going down the stretch is obviously NFL football, college football.
right.
But during the summer, they're pretty much unopposed unless you have, say, like the national MLB game of the week, which I'll be honest with you, on a Saturday night, you give me the option between the Xfinity series or even the afternoon, or say the national game of the week is between the Padres and the Pirates, two teams I really don't care about.
No.
I'm not going to watch. I'm going to watch the racing.
Yeah, of course.
But if those are one of your teams, and again, I'll throw Yankees Red Sox in there. If the Yankees Red Sox are playing, I'm playing channel hockey, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm not messing around because that's the Yankees and the other team. And then there's the Xfinity race or the Cup race, as it were.
Right.
But, logistically, with ESPN taking SRX to Thursday, it does make sense. But and I like your comment about it, Stat Boy, is that it used to be Thursday Night Thunder. You got a lot of these different racetracks and different race series that you didn't see before. But we've seen this. We know what it is, and they're gonna garner new viewers because, again, I always thought CBS's coverage of any sort of racing was subpar. ESPN knows how to do it.
Yeah.
And, from the NFL to the NBA to every sport there is, they know how to put on a good show. So
Exactly.
it's going to draw new eyes and new viewers. In my opinion, you put that stuff on Friday night. It's a little more, it's a little better for everybody.
Yeah. I mean, I personally agree on that one because that's another thing, my question is that how many people are you going to get on Thursdays comparing to what you had on Saturdays?
Right.
And Fridays would be a good way to jumpstart the race weekend.
Absolutely. Say, for example, and I know a lot of people, even who watch the Cup Series religiously, don't give half a crap about the Truck Series. We are crazy people.
Yeah.
I love the Truck Series. And a bunch more really don't care about the Xfinity Series, or they do, but it's really balanced. But if you're a race fan and you like NASCAR, it's the Cup Series.
Yeah.
That's the bread and butter. But if you're like us, you watch all three. You see the up-and-comers. You know what to look for in the seasons going forward. But not everybody wants to take part of their Friday night out and watch a truck race. Nobody wants to take part of their Saturday afternoon out and watch the Xfinity race. But damn it, if every NASCAR fan that can do it, does do it, is sitting in front of that TV watching the Cup race on Sunday.
Yeah.
So if you really want to get extra eyes, I'm not saying compete with the Truck Series, but if the Truck Series is going off on a Friday, maybe you jiggle the schedule a little bit. You throw the Xfinity usually runs in the afternoon. Truck is almost always at night. Almost always. You put SRX on Saturday night, you're going to get big numbers.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing any comments. You guys are really upsetting me, and I'm not having it.
Yeah,
not you guys, not you two, but the folks, the people.
Yeah. Yeah, and just so you guys know, we have the show on my profile, Speedway's page, and then Speedway's YouTube page and Speedway's Twitter page. So, yeah,
right.
I tried to get it on the Facebook group page, but I guess StreamYard just wasn't really having it with me today. So, yeah.
Understood.
Yeah.
So basically what you're saying is it'd be good to switch, do SRX on Saturday and let Fridays be for the Truck Series. And you can actually dub it Friday night under the lights.
Bingo. And especially with the fact that they only run 6 to 7 races a year, you look at the NASCAR schedule and you say, okay, it's a Saturday. Xfinity's running here in the afternoon, but this is a night race for Xfinity. We don't want to play with that. Why don't we put this one in the afternoon as a lead-in to Xfinity? Put more eyes on the product. Kind of base it on what Xfinity is doing, or even on the rare occurrence where there's a cup race on a Saturday night. Jiggle it. Just move it around just a little bit. That's all you got to do. Get more eyes on the product, because I know a lot of people love the SRX that are, Sunday NASCAR Jones. That's what they do. So get more eyes on the product. You got to work around the NASCAR schedule. They are the top dog. If you want to get in there and get some of those eyes, work around it.
Yeah.
Somebody at ESPN should hire me, but I won't work for them because I will never work for Disney ever.
Right.
Ever. You'll see me on the bumpers. I'm Chris Burns. You're watching the Disney Channel.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, wow.
Oh Jesus! I can only imagine.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah. But no,
Let
so
me go.
to answer your question, Herb, so I actually bought the whatever plan it was, and I'm actually paying it monthly and so forth. I didn't do the annual plan, which was like $468 a year. So I'm actually paying monthly about like $49 a month. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Did you say
Answer your question.
$468 a year?
Annually.
Okay.
Yeah. Whereas, if you pay monthly, it's $49 a month. So
Oh, wow.
yeah.
No. I just didn't. I was like, wow, okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Let me just say StreamYard isn't cheap unless you pay like monthly, then that's fine on that one.
I got to start singing because I just
Hey,
saw my favorite name pop up. And Tori, get ready. We're going to sing together.
Oh, boy.
Crystal Christian, know the time has come.
Yeah.
And you know that you're the only one. That's all I got.
This guy.
Hello, Crystal Christian.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
You are the best. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
So what else we got to cover?
Let's see here.
Uh-oh.
Did I
Corey's
catch?
got something.
Did I catch some news just by so? Oh no, we discussed that last week. That the modern age greatest driver is coming back. We covered that already.
Yes, we did. Oh,
What?
I got some news.
Just
All right.
triggered it.
Okay, so Anthony Alfredo, Xfinity Series, has a new ride this year. He's not going to be in the 23. He's moving over to the 78 of BJ McLeod Motorsports,
Ooh, okay.
which that 78 was not that bad this past year, and maybe he can do what BJ McLeod could never do and get it into victory lane.
All right.
That's up. There she is.
Yeah.
What's up? What's up, Crystal? Yeah, that's right. That's my girl. You know it. Wow. Seriously, after some of the comments she made in the last week,
Yeah.
that's my favorite viewer right there is Crystal.
Oh, and
Because I can sing her name.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
You want me to do it again?
We're losing viewers.
Crystal Christian, know the time has come. That's it. That's all you get.
Oh, and speaking of which, I don't know if you guys heard this, but I guess Travis Pastrana is attempting to run the Daytona 500 coming up in February with a third 2311 car.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So my biggest question is, I thought to myself, I didn't even know 2311 was fielding a third car.
Come on, it's a Gibbs offshoot. Of course, they could try to run a third car, at least for Daytona.
Yeah.
And I saw that Chandler Smith is also going to try in the in a colleague car.
Yep. So he's going to be running the 13 car this year for colleague racing, and yeah, I guess that's going to be 3 colleague cars, which you'll have Allmendinger in the 16, you'll have Justin Haley in the 31, and then you'll have Chandler Smith in the 13 car. Which, by the way, of course, Chandler Smith is running full time in the Xfinity Series for colleague racing, driving the 16 car.
It's going to be crazy.
Yep. And speaking of Daytona, the Daytona 500 is sold out once again.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And we're glad that we got those butts in the seats finally.
Look, thank you, Jim Ross or Tony Schiavone, whichever one. All I know is I keep hearing NASCAR's on a decline. NASCAR's on a decline. They're on a 2-year upswing in viewership on television. I've seen more people in the stands since 2018 than I have in a very long time. NASCAR's on the upswing.
Yeah.
At least on the Cup Series. It still bothers me to this day that you get these great packages, or you can get these great packages where the truck, I know they only offer X amount for each race. Don't tell me that the Xfinity Series is sold out. It's probably not.
Yeah.
There's still walk-up tickets. Don't tell me the Truck Series is sold out. There's probably still walk-up tickets.
All
The
right.
only truck race I ever saw that came close to sold out was September 9, 2004 in Richmond.
Mm.
There were easily 30,000 people in there, and that place seats 80,000. Don't
Oh,
know why,
wow.
but it was a Thursday night race because
Yeah.
the Cup race was Saturday night. That place was packed, and then the next night for the then Nationwide, now Xfinity, that place was nearly packed. And of course, the Cup race, you couldn't fit another person in with a shoehorn.
Yeah.
So
It's true.
you know, that was the glory days. That was the bread and butter, and then it started to fall off. Now it's on the upswing. Let's see where we can go from here.
Exactly. Hey, you guys want to? So I found an article right here. So do you guys want to hear 7 drivers who could replace Harvick next year?
Go for it.
All right.
I'm
so
going to stop you before you start.
Yep.
If I hear the word Haley Deegan, I'm cutting out.
All right. So now when I give you the list of drivers, you're going to give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. You know, thumbs up meaning possibility, thumbs down meaning no, or thumbs or like this, pretty much in the middle. So behind curtain number 1, we have Ryan Preece.
Okay.
All right, you know what? I'm changing that because he's already got a car. He's got the 41.
Yeah. I mean, if he does stay in the 41 in 2024, I mean, it's no surprise. So
What's the difference? It's all Stuart Haas.
exactly. All right. Curtain number 2, Cole Custer.
I agree with Tori.
I'm going down that road too.
Tori doesn't even need to put his thumb up. He yawned. That all you need to know about Cole Custer.
All right. I would probably say give Custer maybe like another year or 2 in Xfinity, and then
He's had his time. I'm gonna give Tori something he's heard before. I'm gonna quote the great Jim Ross. Cole Custer is all sizzle, no steak.
True. All right. Curtain number 3 is gonna surprise some people.
Oh my God.
You ready?
Go ahead.
Go for it, bro.
Ross Chastain.
Oh. Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
if Stuart Haas gives him a good offer, I mean, why not?
Look what he's done with the Trackhouse car.
And he's gonna bring sponsorship dollars too, man.
Yes, he
He
is.
could. I mean, hey, you know, brought him to the championship for a year ago.
Yep.
Exactly.
All right. Curtain number 4 or 5, whatever the hell you got. All right. Next one, we have Zane Smith. Yeah. I'm kind of on that swing too.
Dude needs a little more time. He's got to get his chops up. He's a real young guy. Don't ruin him.
Right. All right. Next curtain. This one's kind of a bit of a surprise, but we have Alex Bowman. I mean, I want to say yes, but I'm kind of in the middle.
I don't know what to do with my hands right now.
Oh,
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
I'm in the middle. I'm kind of in the middle. I mean, I want to say yes, but I don't know about this one.
Look, he's a good driver. He really is. Filled in for Dale Jr. when he had his head issue, switching seat time with Jeff Gordon. He's done pretty decent on his own in that 48 car. But when I look at Alex Bowman, I see one of those middle of the road guys. He's never going to be the most popular. He's never going to be regarded as a Hall of Famer, although years may change that, and I may be wrong.
Yeah.
But you ask me about Alex Bowman now? No, I'm throwing the thumbs down on that one.
Yeah. All right. We got 2 more on this one. So next curtain, we have Riley Herbst.
Not ready.
Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely not ready. Riley Herbst has enough problems keeping that 98 car intact. What are you going to do if you put him in the 4? Come
Yeah,
on
that's a
now.
lot of
Not gonna
Come
be
a lot
on
of
now.
money.
good. No.
In the words of the immortal Michael Irvin, come on, man.
Jesus. All right. Last and not least, the last and final curtain, Stenhouse.
No, absolutely not.
Well,
You
ladies
put
and
you put
gentlemen,
Recky Spinhouse Jr. in that car. That car will see a wrecker more times than it sees the top 10.
Yeah, that's true.
That's garbage.
ladies and gentlemen, we have officially found who we would like to drive that car.
Who will that be? Ross Chastain, I think we all agree.
No.
Yeah, I like to see Chastain
Oh,
go to Stuart Haas.
you catching up? Oh, okay. Then you give me a call.
Leave Tori a good tip.
Yeah, whatever you do.
Rat bastard.
Jesus.
Don't make me come down there.
Oh boy. just like
No,
how you gonna go to the Jackman's house because he didn't show up.
dude, 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, I know, right?
And I was going to congratulate him on his recent foray into volunteer firefighting.
Yeah,
Fantastic. That's
yeah,
good stuff.
yeah, absolutely.
But he's fired.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, no. Actually, he's not fired. We'd like him to come back. Jackson, you're canceled.
Oh, oh, Jesus.
And we'll leave it there for today.
Yeah, we most certainly will.
We got a little bit of time. I went to bed last night about 9:30ish. I slept like a baby, which means I pissed myself 3 times and woke up crying twice. But no, that's not true. I slept like a log last night, and I'm hoping to do it again. So,
Yeah.
You want to throw some random stuff out there, feel free. I'm about to go to the NASCAR app and see if there's any news I can pull up that we could oh, wow, they redid it. Nice.
So NASCAR drivers are going to be competing for medals in a podium finish at the Busch Clash.
Yes, I saw that. How cool is that to commemorate like the anniversary of the 84 Olympics?
Mhm.
How freaking
I like
cool
that.
is that?
I'm sold.
That is pretty cool. I mean, you're
well, go
in the Olympic Coliseum. Why not?
Exactly.
I mean, for year 2, mix things up a bit.
One of the stories here leads off with a question: can Joey Logano repeat as champion? I'm not going to read the article. I love the question though.
See,
can he repeat?
Okay, see, my only thing is that it's hard. It's hard to repeat as champion, especially when you have to go through the playoff format and so forth. I mean, we've seen it, in the Xfinity series with Tyler Reddick, and I think we've seen it in the Truck series, whatever it is. But no, I don't think Logano is going to repeat as champion. I hate to say it, and I hate to say it for Cletus, but no, I honestly can't see a driver repeating the championship, especially with this playoff format that we have now.
Understood.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
I mean, it's impossible if you think about it. So
yeah,
Will
it's
you
gonna
let
be.
the big guy talk?
Oh no. I'm rolling with Corey on that, bro. Like it's gonna be next to impossible.
Yeah.
NASCAR names Elton Sawyer to senior vice president of competition, replacing Randy Pemberton. Thoughts on that? Elton Sawyer, hell of a race car driver.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good fit. I mean,
all right. I know we went over this before, but 2023 NASCAR Hall of Fame induction coming up. Here are your inductees. We got Matt Kenseth, Herschel McGriff, Kirk Shelmerdine, and that's about it.
And don't forget the greatest of all time who stays off screen just for the ratings, ladies and gentlemen.
Who's that?
Me.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Tori's going into the NASCAR Hall of Fame on the he's going the celebrity wing. He'll be in there. He'll be in there with such luminaries as Mr. T, Mike Tyson, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Drew Carey. That's right.
I am the reason that NASCAR's ratings are up. For the simple fact is, I am me, ladies and gentlemen. I am keeping it real. I do not fake anything.
Yeah,
that is true.
Yeah,
that is true. Listen, I know we are 32 days away from the Daytona 500, but if the Jackman and the cancer patient want to be involved in this year's fantasy draft, they got to be here before the wheels roll on the Daytona 500. We got to get the word out, because we are not going to do this on like text message going, okay, Tori, what's your next pick? Because Tori will be here. Corey, you'll be here. I'll be here. I know Jordan's got some stuff going on, but
Yeah.
Jackman, you want into this? You got to get into this.
That's
Got
true.
to be there.
Yeah,
Don't
that
make
is-
me
yeah, that is
don't make
true.
me slapify somebody.
Oh my God.
Ooh, slap
That's right. It's like punchify, but with an open hand.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
as you
yo,
guys know,
real
go ahead.
quick. No, it's nothing to do with NASCAR. Just
Oh.
everybody say hey to my daughter Chanel.
What up, Chanel?
Hey, what up?
If I could say something nice about your dad, he's got really cool hair. He can cook like nobody's business. He makes me jealous every time I see his little videos, whether he's turning toast or cooking the steak. Wish I could be there to try it, but you got a real good dad, and when you got a good dad, you better cherish it. Swig a beer to you, Chanel.
Oh my gosh, this dude say whether he's turning toast.
What was your video earlier today?
I didn't do
Or
a
was that
video today, bro.
yesterday? It was yesterday.
Yeah, that was
Turning
that
the
good old. That's like, oh no, that was Monday, bro. That's when I
Oh,
made the Philly cheesesteak milk.
it just came across today for me, so maybe
Oh,
my
you did.
Facebook got a glitch.
Yeah.
I would say last night was what creamy shrimp and chicken Alfredo, baby.
Oh my goodness, that tastes so good right now.
And you'll get none of it.
I will get some of it.
You will get none of it.
Oh,
All right, it's more than a week away,
Yep.
but because every now and again, Tori and I like to throw a little bit of wrestling in here.
oh, I already know what you're about to ask me.
If you don't like the wrestling, or you don't like me and Tori laughing our asses off, beat it. Who is going to be the surprise entrant into the Royal Rumble?
The Rock.
I agree with you. Of
'Cause
course,
they
though,
blew the lid this past Monday when Cody Rhodes said he would be in the Royal Rumble.
that would have been my pick if he hadn't, come out and said, I've worked out and my pec is okay. And I like Cody. I really do.
Come on,
but
bro. He came to Alabama, baby, to get the surgery. You come to Alabama, you go back right.
That's right. 'Cause
Dr. Andrews, baby.
Dr.
You damn
Andrews
right.
does not screw around.
Wow.
You better believe that. Hey, Chris, I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm only gonna take a little short time. Remember when Triple H tore his quad the first time? He said that the hotel where he was staying at, they didn't get USA, so the WWE put a satellite on there, bro.
Yes, I remember hearing that.
Bro, I swear, if I was at that hotel and I saw that satellite, and I'm like, hey man, what are you? And then I see Triple H, hey, can I watch Raw with you?
Wow.
I can't say that I would do anything different.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because the last thing I want to do, Tori Calhoun, is lie to you.
Oh, I got something for you. Since it's up for sale, What if NASCAR and WWE start doing like sort of like false promotions and things of that nature?
They tried that once. I don't know if you remember.
I'm talking about now.
Ooh. It wouldn't suck. I mean, they're both on Fox. You have the ads during SmackDown. You have the ads during the race, for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know they did that years ago with Kyle Busch and Joey Logano when they were both. Were they both Gibbs cars? Yeah, they were both Gibbs
they
cars.
were,
at the time.
and it's funny because they had like a WWE paid scheme during the Xfinity race at Texas in 2009, and I remember
And they were on Raw.
Yep, and I
Mhm.
remember Kyle Busch, I think, won the race that weekend too. Way, which
My man, Strikers Jones, Thunderhead Jones. Sorry.
Lynch
So-
so a trip for us, and you know where, and you know exactly where.
Anyhow, no, it would be really great marketing because I know a lot of people won't admit it out loud. NASCAR and WWE probably have more crossover fans to each other's product than probably any other sport.
Yeah.
With the exception of you two guys and probably a few more, dude, it goes perfectly together because who watches NASCAR and wrestling? Country boys, baby.
Amen.
Yeah.
I mean, it is, even Lynch. That's probably true. To go back, you'll know the answer to this, Tori, but Corey might also know the answer. Who's the only NASCAR driver to win the WWE 24/7 championship?
Oh, I know this.
Which is the dumbest championship ever in the history of ever.
I know this. I know this. Come on.
Oh wow.
The referee was Michael Waltrip.
Yeah. I wish they did have a championship.
That's the dumbest freaking thing.
I don't remember because honestly, besides Truth being the champion, it doesn't really matter.
Well, he was the champion until he was pinned by Kyle fucking Busch.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh wow.
He's.
All I heard was somebody say, "Turn on Raw. Kyle Busch is on there," and I turned on Raw, and Kyle Busch was on there. It's Michael Waltrip, and then the whole thing. I'll send you the video, Tori. It's the most dumbest thing. Oh,
okay.
Oh, anywho, I think you know what? I'm going to look at his Wikipedia bio. I wonder if that's in his list of accomplishments on the main page where it says like this champion, that champion, that champion. I truly do wonder if Kyle Busch's Wikipedia page lists your referee tonight, Ray Charles. It's like announcing Joe Biden when he walks into a room. Let's get ready to mumble.
Sleepy Joe, motherfucker.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
So you open Wikipedia and it says Kyle Thomas Busch is an American professional stock car driver and team owner. He currently competes full-time in the NASCAR series, driving the number 8 Chevy Camaro for Richard Childress Racing, and part-time in the NASCAR Truck Series, driving the number 51 Chevy Silverado for Kyle Busch Motorsports. KBM runs multiple trucks in the Truck Series. Busch is the 2009 NASCAR Nationwide Series champ and the 2015 and 2019 Cup Series champion. Busch is also a WWE 24/7 champion.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, they put that in there?
It is right in the beginning of the bio, and then when you go down and it says achievements, all the way at the bottom, it says WWE 24/7 champion.
Yeah, but
this is where the world has gone. Forget about my tribal chief. Forget about great champions of the past like Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, CM Punk, all of them. We have this Pee Wee Herman looking motherfucker who held a WWF, WWE championship.
Yeah.
No. Please. Get that last part right.
If you bring up Nicholas, I have more respect for Nicholas than I do Kyle Busch.
He held a title in the WWE. He didn't hold the WWE / you know what I'm saying? No, that's correct.
I didn't say the, I said a WWE championship. Don't insult Pee Wee like that. Gotta love Lynch interjecting truth.
David, what's his damn name? From the Scream franchise. Not John Larroquette.
David Arquette.
Dave Arquette was a better world champion.
Yeah.
At least he was believable.
I don't know how believable. Look, okay. When I say believable, look, you have to suspend disbelief to enjoy professional wrestling. But yeah, I could buy David Arquette more than I could buy Kyle Busch. Yes, you're right.
Yes. Of course you can.
Oh, thanks. I had all but forgotten about David Arquette. Now I'll have nightmares.
Let me ask you something, you guys. Do you think the clash at the Coliseum this year is going to be just as exciting and explosive as it was this past year?
I want to say more so for one reason. They've done it. They're used to it. Some of the rookies are going to have, a little bit of, okay, Lynch, you are canceled for life.
Oh, shit.
Ready to Rumble is cinema gold.
Okay. Lynch, I will say this, and I will only say this once.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh, here it comes.
Out of all the wrestling movies besides The Wrestler, my man, you're right. I love Ready to Rumble. You heard me. That's right. You heard what I said. I love Ready to Rumble.
Oh, Jesus.
I love it. Lynch, you are right.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I said it.
I meant what I said.
I said it. Ladies and gentlemen, we had Sid
my
Vicious
God.
in a movie. Sid Vicious, my second favorite wrestler of all time.
Oh.
All right, I'll give you Sid. All right.
That was it.
But I'm gonna tell you, when it comes to Ready to Rumble, and I ain't gonna lie to you, that is the worst piece of.
Oh, come on. Unmute yourself and just hear everybody else. Come on.
And I stand behind that.
Wow.
Okay. Ready to Rumble didn't do any. Ready to Rumble just really emphasized what Vince said in the mid '90s.
Oh, Jesus.
When he pulled the curtain back.
I know what you're gonna say. We're making movies. That's what he said.
No. When he pulled the curtain back and it was like, he started letting people know about their storylines and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
See, my dad growing up, knew how much I love professional wrestling. So whenever he bought this one VHS, he rented it. It was called Pro Wrestling. He never let me see that damn video, and I always wondered why. I've never seen this damn video, but I caught a glimpse of it. You know what it was? It was exactly. He didn't want to ruin the magic for me.
A couple years ago, on a podcast I used to do called Chris and the Guy Who Didn't Work As Hard, we interviewed Pitbull #1, Gary Wolf. And I didn't know this, but it seemed like my podcast partner at the time knew it. And he says, Gary, I have to ask you, the guy with the weird abyss mask and the furry outfit, was that you? And Gary said, yeah, it was. They paid me a lot of money to do that.
Oh, damn.
I was like, son of a bitch.
Hey, man, say that again, please.
That Pro Wrestling Secrets Revealed that you were talking about, where they told all the inside shit, Pitbull #1 was a part of that.
No. This is back in the 80s, bro, when this VHS came out.
Are you sure? Because I never saw anything like that in the 80s.
It was called Pro Wrestling. It was just called Pro Wrestling.
No, I didn't know about that.
Yeah. Hold up. You're telling me he was Abyss at one point?
No. But this is before Abyss. In the late 90s, they had this thing on NBC, and it became like a VHS and a DVD, The Secrets of Pro Wrestling Revealed or some bullshit like that.
Yeah.
Gary Wolf and his partner, before he died, were a part of it. And what I was interested to find out was one of the guys that was all cloaked and played the manager role. I would have never guessed this because of how old school this dude was and how he came up through the business. Harley Race.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Oh, wow. You talking about the seven-time NWA champion?
Yes, indeed. Same one.
Wow. But hey, wow.
The original king of the World Wrestling Federation.
Oh my goodness.
Same one. By the way, Sheik, always positive.
Yes, sir.
You got it.
Yes, sir.
And I did it for God and Jesus and Mr. McMahon.
Long live the Sheik.
Amen to that.
Oh my gosh. I still like that. I still like that video when he's doing that interview, and what was it? He was in like Michigan in like 1987, and he calls out friggin' Brian Blair.
Brian Blair.
Oh my goodness!
Look, dude, even Lynch knows. Put the comment up.
Oh, wait.
What are we gonna make him? Humble.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna make that shit humble.
I put him in the camel clutch, break his back, then fuck his ass. I'm like, Sheik, you do shit differently over there, don't you?
Yeah.
We did a lot of Iron Sheik drop-ins on Dysfunction Junction. Go watch it on YouTube. And I found a place. This is no joke. So, because Lynch is watching, he's got to keep this. He's got to keep this a little secret from Herm. I found a place that will make a T-shirt for you in like 20 minutes, semi-local. So I'm gonna have the shirt made before I go to SmackDown in a couple weeks. It's gonna say, "And I did it for God and Jesus and Mr. McMahon," and then it's gonna have a little picture of Sheiky Baby right here.
Nice.
And if anybody that goes to that show sees it and they know what it means, I'll give them big thumbs up. I ain't gonna buy you a beer. I'm not hung like that.
No.
Mohegan Sun charges way too much for beer.
Right.
He's got to go for 2 and 2.
Oh no, my boy was like, he gave me the 2 fingers. That means he need 2 beers.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
But I can't see you right now.
I'm putting up 5 fingers, bro. 5.
Okay. You cash out me X amount of dollars, and I will air send you those beers. They'll get there in probably about 3 weeks.
I gotta wait for yours first, and then I'll go to the second one. Hey, look, no matter what, when I get down there, my man, we'll have beers together.
Yes, sir.
All right then, rock and roll. And Corey will have Sprite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could go with that. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't mind being a designated driver. You know.
That's the only dude I know goes to a strip club and drinks Sprite.
Yeah, I guess you could say that, or water, whatever you can prefer. You know.
He's there for the entertainment. I'm there for the beer and the entertainment.
I'm probably there for more than the entertainment. If you know what I mean.
And I do it every. Oh, I haven't done it.
Hey, Lynch, if you're still watching, you still owe a trip to come with us.
Yeah, you already said that twice. He laughed at you the first time you said it. Schmuck.
I know, but oh my goodness.
All right, hey, have they announced who's going to be not only the musical entertainment but the grand marshal for Daytona this year?
Not that I know of. No.
What the hell do you know?
They're probably gonna announce it like maybe the week before, the 500 or something like that.
Oh my God, Lynch!
Oh, what is this? Stay sober and remember this. Well, actually, to give you a little question on this, some of them, they smell good. I will admit that.
There's only one stripper. There's only one stripper smell to remember ever in the history of ever. Nicole.
Oh my goodness! Tune in next week. We're
girl.
gonna have some GB stories.
Oh my Lord!
I'll have multiple, but Chris will probably have one.
I only have one. sitting around that cage, and Nicole's in the cage, and all the townies are putting up like a 1, a 1, a 1. And Chris puts up a 20, and she doesn't pay attention to the toothless townies anymore. She's over there with the Ayatollah of rock and roller. Hey, how are you?
My favorite part of that night was when you and Herm bet $10. What was it on that one girl? Whatever it is, and when the girl came out, you ended up losing. You had to give the $10 to Herm. Oh my goodness, that night was like freaking fantastic.
If you don't say it first, Lynch will. What was her name?
All right, Lynch, if you're still on, well,
I'll never forget it as long as I live. Ever.
I think I know who you're talking about. But if anybody wants to answer this, go right ahead. But I think I know the answer.
Coco Bang Bang. That was the name.
Coco Bang.
Close. Close. But not quite.
I've heard some weird names in that. So.
All right. The full story is, for the rest of you toothless rednecks out there.
Hey, who you calling toothless?
Hey.
Every time he says that, I think about Scott Steiner. What the fuck?
Man, why am I called toothless?
We're sitting around. Look, if the dentures fit, wear them. We're sitting around this table, and this tall, beautiful woman comes in. A Nubian princess, if I ever saw one. She was gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
And they were talking about so-and-so to no, Lynch, you are wrong. They say,
I know what this is.
So-and-so to the stage, so-and-so to the cage, and so-and-so to the back to get ready.
Yeah.
And Herm looks up and says, I'll bet she's so-and-so to get ready. I said, come on. No, that's too easy, bro. He goes, no, that's her. So I took $10 out of my wallet and I slammed it on the table. And I said, if she is that girl, that's your money. Put my beer on top of it. Thud, because I had a fresh beer right next to it. He's like, all right, you're on. So about 10 minutes goes by. Boobs are jiggling. Everybody's having a good time. And all of a sudden you hear the MC say, now welcome to the stage, Ebony. It's the same fucking girl. And Herm lifts up the beer and he takes the $10 and he puts it in his pocket. Meanwhile, I'm giving him the finger the entire time.
Dude,
then I learned that there's Cheez-Its in the bathroom.
Yes. No, that's no joke. I mean, because
that's a classy place right there.
Wait, for real?
I've seen gum. I've seen mints. I've seen cologne. God knows why you need cologne. Those strippers aren't going home with you no matter how much cologne you put on. I've never seen Cheez-Its in a strip club bathroom.
That is
oh, that's
and Pringles
hilarious.
Too. I could give a shit about the Pringles. I saw Cheez-Its.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, somebody go in there and had one too many drinks. They be like, man, I don't get some in me. Hey, I'll be right back to go to the bathroom. Why you going to the bathroom? Well, I'm going to fill up on these Cheez-Its and Pringles real quick.
I'm going to tip Lester $5 in the bathroom. Get me some Cheez-Its.
I'll tell you this. Even though we try to be a family show, but you know how this show gets sometimes, guys. But Chris, what did you think about Valentina when you guys were over there?
Oh, she was fantastic.
Oh my goodness, I probably had her like maybe.
You say that. I don't think you understand. What is it? Inconceivable. I don't think that word means what you think it means.
Well,
I had her. Listen to you.
I know, right? Come on, man.
Yeah.
If you say that one more time, I will think there's 14 pregnant strippers in Peabody, Massachusetts.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stat boy Corey Huffnagel has a serious problem, ladies and gentlemen. He's addicted to the strip club.
I will say this. Tori, if you were up there with us, you should have saw Valentina from like head to toe. Holy shit, was she gorgeous? You know,
bruh. If only you see what I go home to. I ain't got to worry about.
No, you know what was funny was that like when Chris turned like to the side and I was gone within like a second. Oh my goodness. And he looked at me. I'm like.
Now there's one thing you got to know.
I gave him the Michael Jordan shrug after that.
There's one thing you got to know, Tori, before I tell you what I said. I have a severe thing for Latin women.
Okay.
I really do. They're some of the most beautiful women on the planet. I absolutely adore Latino women. And when she came out, she was doing her thing. I said to Corey, I love that woman. He says, why? I said, because she got a butt so big you can see it from the front.
That is true. That is true. I mean, she's like her, like, I would probably say, like, you know, her thighs, like, around that area was pretty big, which I'm not going to lie.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Chris almost pulled out his own wallet.
But he didn't pull out his wallet. I did.
No, yeah.
just take my money.
Well, let's just say that I pulled.
Dude went into the Chardonnay room. We know this.
I did. Well, yeah, I was in the private room with her. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god,
it was fantastic, and yeah, it was a good show. It was a good show back there than was out on the stage.
We thought we'd never see Corey again after that.
Well, you didn't see me for like probably, I'd say like 5 minutes. 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, he might have won the 24/7 championship that day.
Yeah, if they gave me the 24/7 championship.
That's because you're there 24/7.
Man, this guy right here.
I tried.
This guy right here. I'm sorry, y'all.
It's high class. It's the Ripple Room. Oh my God, my man went Sanford and Son on my ass. Wow. But with Daytona coming up, if any of you wonderful high-class people that are still with us that we haven't scared away
yet. Hey, are you gonna?
If you're in Daytona, go to the Dollhouse, please. Enjoy yourself. Mad Dog 2029, or I think he meant 2020.
Probably.
Oh my God, who's Tori yelling at?
Yeah,
Pay
who
your
Oh
is-
bill.
no. You
Hey,
know,
go
you
beer,
know
get
me.
out.
You know me if I'm yelling home.
Oh, I know. All right, so this is the part where we have to try to end on a little bit of class, and
Yeah,
Okay.
you have to.
so
I'll start the class off there.
yeah,
I'll
we're gonna
start the
start.
class.
Here's what I'm gonna say out loud. Today's the 18th. We got the 25th, the 1st, the 8th, and the 15th before Daytona. I am throwing the gauntlet out right now that Wednesday, February the 8th, will be our draft. So that means Jackson and Jordan. You
Yeah.
have to be here for the 8th. If not, you are disqualified. You will not be able to play. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
You heard it right here.
You can still be a part of the show. No problem at all. But if you're not here for the draft, you get nothing. You
Well, I
lose. Good day, sir.
You know, I'm gonna tell you guys
Oh.
something. It's those very few times that I actually look into the corner and see the clock. I swear, dude. Wow, it's been almost an hour and a half.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
I've been keeping
Where the time goes.
Exactly. I thought we were like at 55 minutes. We're at 125. Lynch says there's NASCAR fantasy. Yes, in many forms. You can play online on Yahoo. You can do it on NASCAR.com. Or if you're on this show, you can draft a team and play a season. Now, somebody remind me. I can't remember. It's been so long ago. Who won this past year?
you.
Some dude who doesn't get to the show on time.
I was on time. When we started, I was here. Don't do that. Don't do that. I was late once this season.
Hey man, I'm gonna be at your ass just like this year in the fantasy.
I got to give Tori a lot of credit for Lynch's sake. When we drafted the team, I made 2 driver changes all year. Tori made none. And I only beat him by 5 points at the end of the year. My man picked probably the most solid squad ever in the history of ever. And probably the thing that got me where I was is I dumped Kyle Busch's ass and I picked up Joey Logano. Kyle got me a win on the 9th race, and it was, all right, cut time. I cut Kyle Busch. You got me what I needed. Fuck you. Get out. And I picked up Joey Logano. Here I am. And I think the only other move I made was to bring in Suarez. I brought in Suarez.
Oh, that's hilarious. You said
I dropped his ass like a hot potato. I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't want him. I didn't need him. I drafted smart. I got what I needed. Get the hell out.
That is fucking awesome.
I was like The Rock. Do you like pancakes? Pancake your ass out of here.
Out of here. Oh man. I still say if my boy wouldn't have been in the wrong place at the wrong time in a lot of races, I would have came out. And I'm talking about Kyle Larson.
Absolutely. Especially when he was running real good and Bubba Wallace took him out.
Oh,
That one
boy,
hurt a lot.
Oh, when you're talking about
those my 6 points right there. That's my 6 points right there.
It would have been more than 6 points. That would have been the difference between me sending you and you sending me, and nobody knows what Jordan's doing because God only knows what Jordan's doing.
Yeah.
But I know. I'm just messing. Jordan, wherever you are, hope you're having good times and stay strong, kid. You are somebody.
Yeah.
And I will say, not only because of Kevin Harvick's retirement, but this beautiful little piece of art was sent to me by Stat Boy.
Yes, that is true.
Next year, though, when I win the championship in 2023, I got to start thinking of new and exciting drivers. Obviously, William Byron being my main man. Some more Daniel Suarez, some more whatever. But dude, I don't think anything will beat last season as far as how close it was in the last 12 races. That was fantastic. The lead swapped every other week in the last 12 races between Tori and myself.
Yes, and I have my team already selected.
Ooh. You know the parameters. I'll send them out again.
Oh no. I'm just saying. If they're available, I'm snatching them.
Same. All I'm telling you is if any one of you
Don't mess
Slick Willie motherfuckers takes Kevin Harvick, I will drive to your house. I don't care about gas money, and I'll burn it to the ground.
Oh, Jesus. Ooh. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, look at
No.
this. Joe,
Hey, Joe.
What's up, Big Joe?
Yo.
didn't you guys debate he was going to retire a few shows ago? We had talked about it, yes. And of course, he made the announcement last week. We kind of knew. We kind of all knew that if it wasn't this year, it's going to be next year. But we were all pretty sure with the contract running up at the end of 2023 that Harvick was, I'm just going to go home, be with my family, be with my two beautiful children and my ugly wife, and go from there. And that woman is ugly.
I'm not.
So, Joe, if you wouldn't mind while you're here, thank you, Lynch. He has had a hell of a career. We just went through the stats earlier. And just because I'm in a good mood, I'll run through them again if I can find where the fucking paper went. Well, I can do it already. 60 wins, a Cup championship, 2 Xfinity championships. Fantastic. Delana Harvick, that's her name. Not the best looking girl around, I'll tell you that. For all his money, my man could have married Paris Hilton. But so, yeah, I know. But it is what it is. I forgot what I was going to say. God bless America. Yeah.
You look tired, bro.
Corey, where was I going with this?
Oh my goodness. It's a good question.
All right, nobody knows.
What you trying to figure out? Oh no, bro. Don't say that name again. But anyway.
All right. I know I was about to say something, and then Lynch came in with a hell of a career. Oh, Joe, if you're still watching, would you like to tell the people? I've been hiding this from these guys for weeks. Tell these nice folks who you are trying to get to be a part of the Speedway Review in 2023. I just want to watch these two have their eyes go like this if Joe does what he wants to do. What he wants to do, not what he says he can do. He says, this is what I want to try right there. Boom. Look at that. Look. Now, I don't want to blow up Joe's spot, but he does some work for Kyle Larson, so I may have to go out and no, I'm not going to go out and get a Kyle Larson shirt. Who am I lying to? But I'll be nice to him. I always will. I respect the hell out of him. It's not like he's Kyle Busch. I like Larson. I think highly of Larson. I think he got railroaded in 2020, and then he came back and won the championship. So good on him. Good on him. And Joe, quote me on that. I said that. You heard it. You heard me say that. Is that a turd behind your head, or is that it's spinning now? It's a ceiling thing.
Oh yeah, that's one of those fans, bro.
Bro, when that was turned the other way, watch. Right there, I thought it was a turd behind your head.
Yeah.
Oh, you thought it was Mr. Hanky?
Yeah. He was coming to Alabama. Hi-yo!
Oh,
see, this is exactly the reason the end of the show is so much better than the beginning of the show.
Yeah,
we have fun, and that's what we're here to do, and we want you guys to have fun too. So if you know somebody who likes racing, tell your friends, tell them to watch, tell them to join in. It's the disembodied magic turd. He's been watching way too much paranormal shit.
Oh Jesus, I can tell.
Speaking of which, see, we're going off the rails again. I don't know what channel it's on, but Destination Fear. If you've ever heard of it, go find it on your local cable gimmick or online.
Oh, no.
They just did an episode about the state psychiatric hospital right up the road from me.
Oh shit.
And it is purported to be one of the most haunted places on earth. I know Taps has been there. Ooh. I know a lot one other paranormal show has been there than what Taps does. and not the best show you'll ever see, but it's still, when I look at it and I see the road they're driving on, I'm like, I know where that is. I know where that is too. I know where that is too. When they were going through the buildings, I was watching it with my sister Terry upstairs, and I was like, why don't they go to the Martin house? Why don't they go to this building? And she's like, I want them to go to this building, but a lot of those buildings got torn down. So
Yeah.
we're at the mercy of wherever the fuck these guys want to go.
You know,
First of all, the guys that do this show and the one girl, complete wusses. Absolutely.
Yeah.
1000%.
Since we're talking about like paranormal stuff, if you've ever been to the town of Danvers, there was actually this building that used to be a state hospital like years and years ago, and for anybody who lives in this area, well, where I am, and whoever lives in like the North Shore area probably knows exactly what I'm talking about. So the hospital that was actually called Danvers State Hospital, which was actually, funny enough, it's like literally like 15 minutes from where I'm at. And
no shit.
And if you're driving like along like Route 1 or like Interstate 95, and if you look like to your like far left, like you can see like the buildings like literally like on top of the hill. But if you go there now, like they tore like almost like half of the buildings down. They kept like literally the front side on it and so forth. But if you look at it like in person, it's almost as like, you see it as like an Alfred Hitchcock movie or whatever it is, like, like whatever I'm talking about and so forth. But actually, so if you've ever watched the movie Session 9 with David Caruso, they actually shot that movie in 2001, which of course, oh my goodness, Joe, no, oh my goodness, he wishes. But no, I've probably been there a couple times, and yeah, I think I've had ghosts talk to me a couple times. It's quite normal, it really is. But anyways, so if you ever watched the movie Session 9, it was actually filmed in Danvers back like in 2001, like back then when it used to be the hospital and so forth. But here's an interesting fact for you. Did you know okay, let me try it in English. Okay, so did you know that hospital that's up on the hill, that used to be known as Salem Village at the time?
No shit. Okay.
And what's also interesting, that was actually the site of where they had the Salem witch trials and where Nathaniel Hawthorne was at back in like 16 whatever it was and so forth.
Put up Lynch's comment, please.
Yeah, Joe.
The golden banana is haunted with the spirits of C-section scars, but not bullet wounds.
Yeah. But
no, that was the Electric Blue in Tolland, Connecticut, which, by the way, the same week that we do, and I'm going to go look at my calendar.
Yep.
The same week that we do the fantasy draft. Nope. We do the fantasy draft the 8th on the 13th of February on Dysfunction Junction, an entire show of Corey's favorite subject, 1-star strip club reviews.
Yes. I love those.
I am collecting the worst of strip club reviews around the country and around the world. So, Tori, if you know of a strip club near you that you don't think is really that good, send me the name. I will look up some 1-star reviews. Oh. I said it and that's what Corey said. Oh, look at the golden banana, and I did.
Oh, I got one. You got to look up, and I know my uncle's been trying to
send it to me.
Okay, I will. Okay, I'll message it to you, and I'll send the information to you after the show.
You, Joe, thank you. You and Lynch are both responsible for the segue. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Nah, bro.
Thank you.
I don't go to strip clubs, bro.
Not now. Yeah. Did you ever in your youth?
Never did. Never will. Don't have to.
Do you know? Okay. Do you know anybody that goes to strip clubs?
Yeah, just about all my homies, man. But
all right, ask them what the worst strip club they've ever been to. I will look up the reviews.
I got you.
All right. I sent you the info on the private chat. Guys, if you ever have any questions, comments, concerns, send them to us. Speedway Review Facebook page. There's all sorts of places you can do it from. Also, get on the show. Do the chat. Look, we talk to all of you guys. Even Caleb, who I don't know why I just pointed him out, but because I saw his name. Nothing personal, Caleb. Usually we pick on Zach, but since Zach's not here, Caleb, you're the guy. Sorry. the Mexican pimp himself. The
Oh.
Blue Moon in Tingsboro.
Ooh.
Tingsboro where, bro?
I think
Send me the info.
I think that's Massachusetts.
Send me the info in my private chat. I'll look at it. One of the ones I wanted to look at, but I did look at was a place in Richmond, Virginia called the Paper Moon. Dude, nobody hates that place. It must be the cleanest, nicest strip club ever. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Not one-star review, and that place almost got me in trouble. Tingsboro, Mass. Okay.
Wait, almost got you in trouble?
You want to hear the story? It's NASCAR related.
All right. Tell me this story. If we have time.
So the Rock and Roll 400, 2004. Me and the guys go down, and our hotel is right off. I don't know how to say this, and if I'm butchering it, people from Virginia, please forgive me. The Midlothian Highway. So that's where we get off is the Midlothian Highway. The next year, I named my fantasy race team the Fallopian Highway. So, because I'm that kind of crass. So we all get into the hotel room. We go to the truck race, whatever. And the next day, I'm like, before the nationwide / Xfinity race, I'm like, I gotta go to the store, I gotta get beer, I gotta get food, I gotta get this. So I take the car, I go down the way, and I see the Paper Moon. So when I get to the Wawa and I buy the soda and the beer and the thing, and I ask the girl at the desk, I'm like, what is the Paper Moon? It just has this big sign that says the Paper Moon. She goes, ugh, it's a strip club. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm not gonna go there. I just want to know what it was. I just see the sign. There's signs everywhere for the Paper Moon. Unlike when you go to like Daytona, Tampa, whatever, you see the dollhouse pictures and they're like the best gentleman's club you'll ever go to. It just says the Paper Moon. Okay.
Yeah.
So I get back to the room and I'm telling my friend Mike, who we called Frosty, his last name is Frost. I'm like, Frosty, there's a strip club right down the road, Paper Moon. I don't want to go, but I just want to let you know your wife is going to shoot me if she finds out there's a strip club right down the road. Because for whatever reason, every time we go to a race, whether it's in Dover, Richmond, wherever, except for New Hampshire where there are no strip clubs, I would be told, don't take my husband to a strip club. So I'm like, whatever you do, you can't tell your wife there's a strip club 7 blocks from the hotel. Fine. We go to the Xfinity race, yada, yada, yada. We get back to the hotel. He's on the phone with his wife. It was a really nice hotel room, like a 3-room, like a residence inn, if you will.
Yeah.
And I hear from the other room, Chris, yeah? Margaret wants to talk to you.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Leave it to you to sniff out the only strip club within da-da-da. I'm like, listen, I saw this place. I thought it was a restaurant. I asked the girl at the convenience store. I didn't bring them. I didn't do shit.
Right.
I didn't do shit from shit. All I know is I came back and I said, don't tell your wife that we're staying 7 blocks from a fucking strip club because she's going to bite my head off. To this day, that woman will not let me forget the name, the Paper Moon.
Oh, my God. That's just like, that's awful, man.
And I swear to God, if I could find Frosty anywhere on the earth, if he's still alive, he was a great guy. The first thing I want to do, now that they're divorced, and they didn't get divorced because of me, I want to take him to a fucking strip club.
Bring him to my club.
He's not ready for that. He's not ready for that.
Well, not yet, but, like somewhere down the road or whatever it is, But I'm just giving you a little recommendation.
I'll take him to Cheaters in Providence.
Oh, Jesus. Like, come on. You're going to take him up to my place?
Dude, if he gets a taste of Valentina or Nicole, his fucking heart will explode. He's like 90 right now.
Really?
Well, he was in his late 50s when we went to that race. Ask Lynch. Lynch knows Frosty.
Wow.
Look at the comment. Look at the comment. He knows Frosty.
Well, yeah. No shit, he knows Frosty. I didn't even know he's that old. I'm like, the fuck?
Dude, my man's high school yearbook is in hieroglyphics.
I didn't even think he was that old. I honestly, I could just imagine him.
Dude, his wife was named Margaret. Case closed.
Oh, oh my God.
No offense to young people named Margaret, but
yeah, no offense. Oh man, interesting.
Oh yeah, so Chris gets in trouble no matter what he does, even when he tries to do the right thing. I get in trouble.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Oh.
It's-
Anyway,
it's pretty much the saying like oh, it's got to be someone else's fault.
well, I'm going to ask a question of Tori real quick, my
All right.
main man, the best chef south of the Mason-Dixon line. Are you going to be watching Daytona this year?
Hell yeah.
All right, now here's the deal.
Remember I told you I'm gonna set all the races. Set the DVR for all the races, bro.
All right,
Yeah.
because Corey, I'm letting you know the party is on
All right.
at Mark's, the
Okay.
mini mansion, and as a special bonus treat, I'm pretty sure, I'm 90% certain that Derek the Undertaker is going to be joining us.
Oh wow. Okay.
Not the Undertaker that Tori's thinking about.
No.
Skinnier,
I know
smaller.
I know who you're talking about.
All right.
And his first name ain't Mark.
No, it's Derek.
Mhm.
But hey, one acts like an Undertaker. The other one actually preps dead bodies for a living. So,
True.
I got to meet that guy.
oh, if I ever get a chance to go to Alabama and he said to me, I want to try to get into NASCAR. How do I do it? I'm like, come to the party. Have a good time. What do you say? I am invited. Oh, look who decided to show
Yes,
up.
Zach.
Ricky Bobby.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
which Joe said.
a wave to you from pit road. Please do.
Yeah. Whatever you do.
Well, okay, stop. Time out. Offsides clipping. Joe, where do you live? I got to know. Because right now it's about ready to piss me off that I can't just drive out somewhere and have a beer with you like I did with Corey a couple years ago and at the Banana last May.
Yeah, that is true. Okay, so for me, so for the party that weekend, I know I got to work that weekend, but I can try and see if I can switch with somebody, hopefully. So, yeah. That's
Corey,
What?
tell him the line.
Oh, Jesus.
He said try. Give him the line.
I can't even remember, bro.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
What I meant to
Okay.
say is I will switch with somebody, and hopefully I will. be
Damn
able to
right
switch
you
with
will.
party. Yeah, I mean, I'm
Norwich,
I'm
New York. I live in Norwich, Connecticut. Look at this. Me and Joe, like kindred spirits without even knowing it. I don't even know where Norwich, New York is, but I know there's a Norwich, New York. When I go drive late models in Stafford, come on out. You're goddamn right I will, Joe.
Of course. Yeah.
Oh,
Hopefully he'll
but
be there. Hey, hopefully
you got to
he'll-
keep your promise first.
Hey, hopefully he's there in July for the SRX race.
That'd be fantastic. You know who else will be there? Joey Ternullo.
Yes, sir. Walnuts.
We got to get Walnuts on the show again before the season.
We have to. And
Well, go ahead.
and Christian Eckes, hopefully.
I'm trying, bro. I'm really trying. We had a lot of start and stops over the last month or so. We got to get start again before Christian is going to come back on. But you know what he's going to ask? You already know what Christian Eckes is going to ask
Oh, we all
the
know.
minute he comes on the show. Where's Tori? You made such an impression on Christian Eckes. I'm surprised at Daytona for the truck race. He's not going to have his number 19 truck with Tori on the side of it.
That's crazy.
You made
just-
such an impression. I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah.
Bro. All I am is me. Nothing more, nothing less.
That's what we love about you, my man. Except for Corey, he gets mad at it because he's not as charismatic as you.
Oh, bullshit. I'm charismatic.
He's not as sexy as you.
I try to be.
He doesn't have good hair like you.
I
He can't cook like you.
Well, I don't cook like him. No, I.
Oh, look at this. Caleb says, I have Johnny Sauter and Penn Sauter. Nice. Dude, get with us. Talk to us on the social media. Private message, whatever. The more people we can get to be a part of this show, the better we do. And the more you guys interact, the better it is for everybody.
Most definitely.
Absolutely. So I guess this is it.
Yeah. Seems like it.
I don't want to end. It feels like we've been here 28 minutes.
Well,
We've been here an hour and 49.
Unless we go about like 2.5 hours.
We are not doing that again.
And then StreamYard just basically boots the broadcast and so forth. Yeah, that's something we're not going to try again, folks. And yeah,
We got the high hard one that night. That was
we did.
terrible.
Yeah, we did. But basically, StreamYard gave us the FU type of thing. So
That's right. And for those of you who like to get the FU, you can't see me.
Yeah. Yeah, Zach.
Look at that.
Zach's
in.
Come on one night. Yeah, bro. Like,
He's not talking about that. He's talking about the party, bro.
Oh, the party. Which I will. And I will say this: I will switch with somebody, and hopefully come down to the party. All right. I can't make any promises, but I hope to switch with somebody. You know.
You want to give him the line, Tori?
Oh Jesus.
Do or don't, bro.
Yeah.
There is no try.
Okay. What I meant to say is I'll do. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, by the way, check this out.
That was what was the Bill Lester meme? He said thank you.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Okay. No. Do you remember when it was me, Jordan, and Bill Lester? He was on the show in September. Okay. So, Joe, if you don't remember the story, right? Okay. So, we did the Speedway show with Bill Lester, of course, who was in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. And, of course,
I was absent due to illness.
And Chris was absent due to illness, whatever. So, it was me, Jordan, and Bill. And I remember... I don't know how this came about, but I remembered.
I do.
I was surprised. I was surprised the fact that Bubba Wallace won at Kansas, which of course, it was the second time that the 45 car ended up winning, which of course, you had Kurt Busch who won back in May of last year. So Bill Lester ended up calling me out by saying, "So why are you surprised?" And I'm like, well, I don't want to pull out the race card on this one. And I don't, and I'm let me just say this before, the whole Bubba and Kyle Larson feud started. Let me just say this. I had nothing wrong against Bubba. Okay. I had nothing against Bubba, whatever it is and so forth. What I was surprised about was the fact that how many winners we've had this year. And the fact that, we started off the first 3 races in the playoffs with 3 non-playoff winners. That's the only thing I was surprised about, if anybody does not remember that story, but I do. And honestly, thank God I was called out by Bill Lester saying, "Why are you surprised?" That's probably my favorite moment, of the Speedway review, last year was him calling me out saying, "Why are you surprised?" You know what? Thank God. I want to be called out saying, "Why are you surprised?"
My favorite part of that was I watched a little bit, and then, I'm not feeling well, so I turned it off, and the next morning I'm feeling better. I watch it again, and the minute you said, and I have to tell you, I'm surprised that Bubba Wallace won, and Bill went, "Why are you surprised?" I texted Corey immediately, and Corey, you'll remember the text once I say it. I'm like, "Corey, just put the hood away. Just put the hood away."
Yeah.
Because if you remember that Kansas race, Bubba was like lights out the entire time. That car was on a rail. No one could touch Bubba. And when Corey says, "I'm surprised Bubba won the race," the first thing I thought, those words hadn't quite tumbled out of his mouth yet. I'm like, oh shit, he just pissed Bill Lester off. And Bill went, "Why are you surprised?" I lost it. I was like, "Thank you, vindication. I'm good."
No, I honestly thought after I said that, I thought somebody was going to shoot me afterwards.
I almost did, but
somebody was going to pull up and just be like, "You motherfucker!"
I know, right?
The end of the day, I knew what you meant. I knew what he meant. And for the viewership, Corey is not racist.
No.
Neither is Chris. Even though I had to point it out a million times after the Bubba Wallace Kyle Larson incident. I do a show with a very large African-American man on Wednesday nights. Yeah. Racism is the last thing on my mind. I'm talking about talent and attitude. I could give a shit less if you were green. Get out there and race.
Green.
Exactly.
So
that's just real though, bro.
The problem is, and I'll bring it up before we go, is that people just assume if you don't automatically like, say, I don't know, Cardi B or I'm trying to remember his name, the basketball player, LeBron James, or you don't like these guys, you're racist. I'm like, hi, my favorite basketball player of all time is Patrick Ewing. One of my favorite. If I had to give you guys my top 5, like I got like Ricky Henderson on that list, I got Bernie Williams on that list. I could walk you through some of the people that mean the most to me in my life. No, don't accuse me of being racist because I don't automatically dance for Bubba fucking Wallace. Eat shit and live. All right? You don't like it? Tough shit. Move along. I'm just not. I don't like the current state of affairs, where
Yeah.
if you don't automatically like this, you're somehow a bigot or a phobe or an ist or whatever the fuck. No,
Yeah.
you see that guy at the bottom of the screen? He's one of the coolest people I've never met in person, but he's one of the coolest
Yeah.
people I know. You want to talk real shit? Let's talk real shit. But I'm not gonna, because this is the Speedway
Right.
review. This isn't the racism review. This isn't the phobic review. This is on you for thinking what you want to think. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
Yeah. And let's be honest, guys, and let's be clear. This guy down here is the real medium chef. Just so you guys know. The reason
We're not
why-
allowed to call. He told us we're not allowed to call him that anymore. The best chef south of the Mason. Here we
can't
go.
call him the medium chef.
Hold on. White America must recognize that justice
boy.
for black people cannot be
Oh,
achieved
boy.
without radical changes in the structure of our society.
Oh,
King
boy.
wrote in an essay published in 1969 called The Testament of Hope. In his 1958 book, Stride Toward Freedom, he wrote, true peace. Dude, give me a minute. I don't have it on my screen. All right, look, I get it. We just passed MLK Day. I think people look too hard for racism where it isn't. And I think people sometimes turn a blind eye to racism where it is. Let's be honest. I got it on the screen. True peace is not merely the absence of tension. Okay. Let's try this, Caleb, just for a second.
Yeah.
We have a society right now that looks for racism where it isn't and ignores racism where it is. The fact of the matter is, like, if you look at college campuses around the country, most of the racism is a hoax. And the real racism that actually goes on is ignored. So, as a 50-year-old man who's lived through a lot of this stuff, who, unfortunately, I'm not going to say how members of my family treated these particular instances and people and whatnot, because we're all people. We all put our pants on one leg at a time. We all bleed red. We all go to work and bust our ass every day. I am not, at this advanced age, going to sit here and believe some of the crazy shit that goes on in this world, as whether it's systemic racism or hidden racism or wherever. The truth of the matter is, people try to find racism where it isn't and ignore racism where it actually is. And with that, I'm going to get off my pulpit and I'm going to shut the fuck up, because that's for Dysfunction Junction. That's not for this show. But Caleb, I appreciate the quote you sent. That's a very intelligent point. Thank you.
That really is.
You know what? I'm going to say it like this. When Tori's done with what he's doing, I want him to comment, because I am just so fired up right now. I can't.
Yeah.
And then I got to go to bed, because, some of us have to get up in the morning to go to work.
Yeah, that's true.
And the rest of you go to work in the afternoon. Tori, I understand, because nobody comes in to the D&D lounge at 6 in the morning. They all go there and then at night and have a good time.
Yeah.
I made that shit up. It's not the D&D lounge.
The D&D lounge.
I don't know. He just says they got gamers and people and stuff. And
Hey, what's the question you want to ask me?
I read Caleb's quote going on Dr. King and whatever. I'm going to ask you a question. In America, do you believe that perceived racism runs more rampant than actual racism?
Do I believe perceived racism runs more rampant than actual racism?
Correct.
I truly believe, and I'll say it like this. Someone asked me one time, they was like, "Yo, Tor, do you think racism will ever leave America?" I told them straight to his face, "Fuck no."
God, he's speaking my language. Why not, Tori?
Because the simple fact is this right here: whoever the fuck is pulling the strings, they don't want a true United States of America. They seem to believe that they will profit more if we stay divided. The simple fact of the matter is this right here: I don't give a fuck if you racist, not racist. It don't fucking matter to me. It's like this right here. Right is right, wrong is wrong. So when I was battling people about all that bullshit stuff the cops were doing throughout the country, I told my boy, I said, you know, that's the one thing I love about living here in Montgomery, Alabama. Our cops will pull their stun gun out before they pull their real gun out.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. And look, you know, again, I know this is a dysfunction junction topic, but I'll say it here. The fact that we live in a world now in 2022, 2023, actually, where we have a 24-hour news cycle, we hear about it more because we have the 24-hour news cycle. And on top of it, we immediately, as a society, I have been guilty of it in the past as well, immediately point to racism or point to this or bad cop this or this, that, before we get the whole story. We're putting people under the jail before we know all of the facts. The fact of the matter is, if I, as last year I was accused of, and Tori was on that show, and I asked him right out front, Tori, do you think I'm a racist? He's like, hell no. And then I went on my rant. At the end of the day, we're all people. If you treat people like they're people, all is fine and good. If you treat people, look, the one thing Dr. King said that I live by, that I every time that day comes
And
up.
I think we just lost Chris. Yeah, I think we
Oh,
just
for
lost
real?
him.
Okay,
No. You ain't lose me, bro.
I got it. Are you here?
All right.
You still hear me?
We're just on the all right, so we're just on the 2-hour mark.
All right, I'm going to say
Okay.
this, and then I'm going to go, and you guys can close out the show. The one thing that Dr. King said that I live by to this day is you don't judge a man by the color of his skin. You judge a man
But
by the
their
content
character.
of his character. And if you're a
Exactly.
shitty white person, you're a shitty white person. If you're a shitty black person, you're a shitty black person. And if you're a shitty Russian, Asian, what have you, you're just a shitty person. And I refuse to judge somebody by the color of their skin. I prefer to judge them, much like I do Tori or Corey or Jordan or anybody else, by the content of their character. My name is Chris Burns, and I approve this message.
I'm gonna tell you like this, and this is for the Speedway review. Some years ago in college, whatever, my homeboy needed my help moving. He a white dude. He had warned me ahead of time. He's like, Tori, go ahead and tell you ahead of time. My uncle's one of them good old boys. And I was like, okay, that's cool with me. By the time we got through helping him move, that man was inviting me up to his ranch for dinner and just to hang out.
Have you ever seen the pictures I share of Football Sunday? Who am I sitting next to? Who seriously, one of my best friends on the entire earth, a big old black man. And I don't look at him as this is for illustration purposes only. You know how I look at him? That's my buddy.
Yes, sir.
That's my amigo. That's my Sunday partner in crime, along with Mark. These are the guys. And anybody who ever wants to accuse me of racism can take a cactus and shove it directly into their ass.
Yes, sir.
On that note, I gotta go because sleep eludes me. Corey, close out the show. Tori, Corey, both you guys. I love you guys. We'll see you next week. And
Rest well, brother.
it's Corey's turn to come up with topics.
All right.
Peace out.
Peace out, bro.
All right, guys. So thank you very much for tuning into the Speedway show. We are going to be back sometime next week, and we'll probably have some different topics to come up with you guys. And I don't know what it's going to be, but we'll think of something. For next week. But on the other hand, guys, thank you so much for watching the Speedway review. We are going to see you next week, and until then, good night, guys.
Good night, y'all.